And a very good afternoon to you all. I hope you are well. Tuesday the 16th of March, which is, well, there, pretty much the middle of the month, aren't we, already? The sun is starting to, or trying to come out today after a little bit of rain. My name is Craig Laird. If you don't know by now, you're going to find me Monday to Friday for an hour, 12 p.m. here in the UK, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, 5 a.m. Pacific Time, for a full-on hour of a bit of a preview and a bit of fun when it comes to the schedule throughout the day on Crafters TV. Then after that first hour, we're automatically going into a half-hour craft vault. I'm not alone on this show. Joe is going to be joining me, and we are both going to go into the craft vault together. So today we've got Craft Along. Debbie Robinson is back, so she has got the Craft Along when it comes to the Ultimate Pro. So you're going to be able to see the times right at the side. Here, there we go. So we have got at 3 p.m. here in the UK, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific Time, Debbie and Joe with the Ultimate Pro Craft Along. And then we can see right there, we've got Launch Party, where you're going to be showcasing the penny slider. So these ones I'm actually going to be showing you as well later on. So that is then going to be 7 p.m. here in the UK, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, or 12 noon Pacific Time. So that's show-wise what you are looking forward and what you are to expect throughout the day. It's Craft Vault, as I say, after this first hour. Now, everything within Craft Vault is half price. So, as it always is, for 30 minutes, it's going to be jam-packed and uber quick when it comes to the demos to get your hands on any of these little deals that are in with the Craft Vault as well. But as I say, we're in the middle of March, which still means we're in National Craft Month. So that means that we have got a great big giveaway at the end of the month. You've got the opportunity to win a Gemini Pro and one of the rotating discs. So that is where to be in with the chance. You just need to go across to our website. There will be a strap coming up just shortly, and you'll be able to enter there. There we go, right along there, that lovely big long address. Type that in, or of course you can go onto the website. However, we do have a daily giveaway, and it is a humdinger when it comes to giveaways each day. So all that you need to do to be in with the chance of winning that is comment. That's it. So whether it's YouTube, whether it is Facebook, get comment in. So you could just say hi if you want. Just say hi. Tell us what you've been up to, what you've been crafting, anything else like that. We do want to see what you are making. So always get comment in. You'll be in with the draw, so you can see the strap right along the bottom. Crafters Companion on YouTube as well as Facebook. But do send your emails in of any pictures as well, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and you never know, you might just see them popping up on the screen for you to see. But with it being Tuesday, as I say, Joe is in the building. He's trying to mind something at the side of me that I can see at my monitor. I think he's pretending to be me. There is only one Craig. There is only one. Can we see Joe? Are we able to see Joe?
I was just doing your,
doing
your gestures, because you know, it's
my
kind of funny guy I am, Craig. Good morning, everyone.
So we're going to be putting them to use just shortly. Try it Tuesday. So seeing we have the Ultimate Pro, what we're going to do is Joe's going to do a little bit of scoring. And I say scoring, not straight lines. I'm going to show you some of the boards that we've got, and that is one of the demos that we are away to do just shortly. However, before then, as it's Tuesday, it's still relatively the start of the week, which means it's, it only launched yesterday, and that is our current Get It, Got It, Good. This week's Get It, Got It Good is all about our staycation. This is our staycation collection. You're getting Happy Camper, you're getting The Simple Life, you're getting Road Trip, Life's a Beach, Home Away from Home. You're also getting that paper pad. £44 here in the UK, $53 for you guys stateside. You're getting your 12 by 12 when it comes to the pad, 48 sheets in total. Use the stamps and dies together. Use the stamps on their own. Create your own scenes. It's entirely up to you. That is one that you do not want to miss for our Get It, Got It Good. There we go. So when you're across on the website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, do check that one out if you've not already got it, whether it's for yourself or whether it is for a gift for someone. But that is your current Get It, Got It Good for this week or until stocks last. But what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the Ultimate Pro. Now, you say Crafters Companion, you think Ultimate Pro, and that's what the Craft Along's going to be all about when it comes to Craft Along later on with Debbie and Joe. So you'll be able to see it on your screen right now. So you can see it just there. The craft. There we go. Hand movement. It's like, is it Vogue? Is it Vogue? Is it Vogue? Madonna. Is it? Yeah. I don't know. Butterfly Flyway. Anyway, Crafter's Companion, our Ultimate Pro and Embossing Board collection. $39.99 here in the UK, $69.95 for you guys stateside. You're already getting that good saving at the bottom of your screen, but going across onto the website, you'll get your Club Inspire as well. What is it about, I hear you ask? Our Ultimate Pro is giving you that option of being able to do things like your scoring, your card making. You can do different boxes as well, still within the Ultimate Pro. You are getting your blades to do your paper cutting. You're getting your score tools as well. You're getting lots of different elements within the Ultimate Pro. So this is kind of like a crafting in your lap sort of effect. It does fold over, so you can see on this side here you've got the envelope. But if I turn it round this way here, you're going to be able to see that you can then do all your gatefold cards, half-fold cards. Oh, there is actually your paper trimmer, all secured inside. You do all your different kind of card blanks and card sizes. But on this side here, this is where you have got all these different boards that slot into place. Now this one is actually the one you're getting with it. So you've got your teddy bears, you've got your butterflies, you've got little tags, you've got lots of different embellishments that you could be scoring out and then cutting out. So loads and loads and loads. There we go, look at that. We've got, it's kind of like the birdhouse, you've got the tags, you've also got like the milk bottles, as well as additional components. So that is what's coming included when it comes to your Ultimate Pro. So you can see that you do get lots of stuff in it. I'm going to show you just shortly exactly what comes included with that one there. So that's what's going to be our first demo, but that is what's going to be all about the Craft Along later on, which is 3 p.m. here in the UK. But for you guys stateside, it is, let me get my times right, 11 a.m. Eastern Time or 8 a.m. Pacific Time. That's Debbie and Joe with the Ultimate Pro Craft Along. But then what we're going to do is something that I'm really looking forward to having a proper play with within Wake Up Call, and that is our penny slider. So whether it is your 1 pennies, might be your cents, actually 5p's work as well. Lots of different coins that you could be using, but we'll show you them just shortly, in which I'm going to do. And this is, as you can see on your screen right there, the Gemini Penny Slider Stamp and Die Collection. 110 elements included with the stamps, with the dies as well. £69 here in the UK or $90 for you guys stateside there. So you've got that full collection. You also get a little bit of step-by-step inside if you want, even although if you already know, some might not, you can always go back on Crafters TV and re-watch the shows. But it works out that you're buying 7 and you're getting 1 free, so that is a really good deal there. So that makes you up to the 8 of them. So there we go, that's what's coming up later on today on Launch Party, which is 7 p.m. here in the UK, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 noon Pacific Time. So between the penny sliders, the Ultimate Pro, that's what I'm going to be focusing on the remainder of Wake Up Call. But while I go and get myself ready, the big man himself, and he's in that Friday mood. Actually, the full team apart from me are in that Friday mood. We've got John, we've got Johnny and Charlotte. They are off for a few days after today. So they're all rather excited, aren't you, Joe?
Oh yes, we've all got that Friday thing. It's nearly the weekend, Craig, when the real me comes alive. It is exciting. We've got a really exciting show today as well. Lots and lots of people watching us and saying hello to us this morning, Craig. Sarah Brown's here, Lisa, Helen, Diana, Kimberly, loads of people getting in touch. I'd love to know what you're most excited about product-wise for the rest of the day here on Crafters TV, because there's absolutely loads coming out. I might even, Craig, be getting involved in Debbie's Craft Along this afternoon as well. So, I mean, if I can do it, I think it's fair to say anyone can do it. Debbie did say she thinks it'll be okay. So we'll see what happens, I guess.
Thinks? things. I know it's going to be okay. It's going to be absolutely fine. You're going to be a dab had by the end of it. You've done a bit of flower forming a couple of weeks ago. We'll get you doing a bit of crafting and wake up call, and then you will be absolutely spot on, ready for craft along. That is for sure. So as you say as well, yeah, so many other people tuning in and also saying good morning or good afternoon. Pleasure having your company. So let's see what else everyone is saying. We have got, so many, so many of you popping in as well. So Sandra is saying good morning, Craig, CTV crew, crafty friends, and Joe. Good morning, Charlotte.
Morning.
Good morning, Johnny.
Morning.
Johnny, what day is it today?
Tuesday.
And what that means to all of us as well, it's Johnny's 5th anniversary working with Crafters Companion. So a big happy anniversary, Johnny. Woo!
Thank you.
And also he is the birthday boy. Is it the weekend or Monday next week? Monday. So he's the birthday boy. So double celebrations as well. So big happy anniversary to you, Johnny, and all of us at Crafters Companion. Pat, there he is.
Wow, look
at
at
that. When he had some hair. Look. So good. Just to say, Johnny still has hair. It's just Gemma's just chopped it off. So there you go. Oh, I thought you were about to say something. No. There you go. Lockdown haircut, absolutely. Always a blast being able to work with Johnny when we come to Crafters TV. So there you go, get your congratulations or your happy anniversaries when it comes to Johnny. I know he would be absolutely delighted to see that you just shouted yay. Okay, well, so let's have a look and see what's going to be coming up. First of all, so that's going to be on the Craft Along, which is all about the Ultimate Pro. So let's bring mine into place here. So the Ultimate Pro straight away is kind of what started off, in some ways, Crafters Companion. You know, Sarah had the envelope maker, the scoreboard, which obviously came to the Ultimate Pro. Ultimate Pro all in one, if you are new to it. So if we open it up, so you've got lots of different scoring elements here. So you've got your box maker, so very similar to our actual larger score masters, etc., etc. We've got box base at this side. I know it's very hard for you to see, but it is embossed in this side here. We've also got on this side here box lid, so you can make your lids. All these additional scoring elements to do decoration on your cards. You've got on this side here, you've got these designs. So this is where you can create your apertures within your card blanks. It does fold over on itself, so it's going to sit nicely onto your lap or maybe your workstation. If I then open up on this side, we've got, I always fall for that one. Let's go that way. And we'll open it this way. We have got our, this is our cutter. So we've got our paper trimmer included. So this actually slots into the middle. So that sits nicely into the middle flat, and there is your paper trimmer within the middle. So it is all in one. That can go back in. We've got our little pegs for your bow makers. You've got your scoring tool. You've also got your little guide as well as a DVD disc ROM that you can then follow away for any instructions. But then on the other side, this is where you've got space to pop any additional boards that you may want to collect, because we do still have a variety of the website. But then what we can do is we can close it. We have got our envelope maker on this side here, a few other scoring elements on that side. But if we turn it back over, and this is where you can do your gatefold, your half fold, your tri-fold, all explained within that instructions. But what it also does, it enables you to use these boards, and you'll see at the corner where my finger is there's a little lip here, same width on the actual Ultimate Pro, and that just slots into place. That secures your board. That enables you to have that side bit to pop your cardstock up against, and then you can score all of these little designs, whichever ones that you want. And that's exactly what we are going to do. So what we're going to do with this one here is I've taken a piece of Centura Pearl. Could be any cardstock, any whatsoever. And what I'm going to do is kind of find what you feel comfortable doing. So my cardstock's going to go up against the edge here, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to score round the little bear, and I'm going to go around this larger one first. So I'm going to pop my actual cardstock up. What I'm also doing is making sure we've got the coloured side facing down, because we're going to push the embossed detail out. So this is why you want coloured side down. And then have a look, feel free to have a play with the scoreboard as if to see where feels comfortable. I say scoreboard, obviously the Ultimate Pro. And then what I'm going to do as well is making sure that I'm covering the teddy bear, and I'm holding it kind of like with a few fingers, because every now and again I am going to flip back and forwards just to have a look and see that I'm scoring in the right direction. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start towards the top, and I'm just making sure that I've got that into the actual groove. So if you need to keep going back and forwards, you can do. So finding the groove. Is that a song, is it, or a dance? Finding the groove.
Well, you're really on with the Madonna today, aren't you? Get Into the Groove was another Madonna song.
Was it? Really?
Yeah.
Ah.
I mean, you are the 80s icon diva of Crafters TV, it seems.
And I very rarely do I listen to Madonna, so it's just sheer coincidence that I've said two of her songs that are Madonna's. But what I'm doing is I'm following the groove, and every now and again, what I'm doing is I'm just having a look and making sure that I am still within that groove. If you do score over, so if you do score over the groove, don't worry about it. It may look as though it's marking your cardstock, but it doesn't mark the other side, so you don't need to worry or panic. So I'm going to keep going round. So we're going to keep going all the way round here. So we're going to keep going, and then I'm going to lift and keep lifting, following it all the way around, making sure that I'm always pressed really, really tightly up against the edge, making sure that it doesn't actually move. So what I will do is we will finish this one here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the medium one onto yellow Centura Pearl. But what I will do, simply so you can see it a bit clearer, I'm going to score on the actual coloured side. So then you'll probably find it absolutely easier to score. And then now, once I feel I've got that all the way round, I'm going to give that just another score by drawing all the way round like this. And then we'll be able to see from the back, if I tip it maybe not on that side. So if I turn it that way, you'll see we have got our embossed, you can see, how cute is that? We have got our embossed teddy bear. So what I'm going to do again with this one, what I'll do is I'll do the medium teddy bear. Now I would be, actually it's double-sided so it doesn't really matter, but I would have done it on the coloured side simply for you to see, to make it clearer. So what I'm doing again is I'm going to have a feel to make sure that I'm in the actual embossed lines. And if you need to have a look, keep doing that. So we're going to keep going and keep going, lifting as and when I feel comfortable and following. So it's just pretending that you've actually got a pen or a pencil in your hand and you're feeling your way around. As I said with the blue one, if you do go over the lines, then don't worry about it. You know, you're not going to see these actual lines on the other side because the rest of the board is flat, so you're not actually pushing any of the lines where you don't want it to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this last bit, and then I think what we will do is, shall we do it once more, but will we get Joe to do it with me?
Oh, Craig, that's quite the challenge, isn't it?
Lots
of questions coming in, Craig. Karen says, what is the difference between the first Ultimate and the Ultimate Pro? I bought the very first one that was sold on HSN and would like to know if I need this version.
I believe the difference is American and UK.
Okay.
I think it's to do with the sizes. I'm sure it's to do with the sizes because obviously some of your sizes, US, is a bit different than ours. I think the main, obviously, construction, the main point of the Ultimate Pro is the same, but there's a few different changes in that way. Going to double check on that one, but I'm sure that's exactly what it is.
Awesome.
There we go. So what I'm going to do is I've got bits already cut out, Joe, so I think before we assemble this card, should we do it together?
Yeah, sure.
Do you want it? Yeah, that wasn't too comfortable, was it? Or confident, was it?
I mean, yeah, I'm all right when I can see where I'm going, Craig. So I'm going to have to rely very much on your expert advice and tutorial here to get through this. So,
well, I say that, Joe, it's just all about it's feeling the groove. So what you want to make sure is have your cardstock so it's up against either or of the edges. You want to make sure that your card is covering the teddy bear or the butterfly. It's up to you, whichever one you want to do. It's entirely up to yourself. And then all you're doing is you're just finding at least one of the areas, and then you're going to follow it all the way around. So I'm straight away into the groove there, and then I'm going to follow all the way around. Have you managed to get into the groove?
I've got into the groove, yeah.
You're getting there?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think the
that's it.
key is, having it right in the corner so you don't move out don't move your base cardstock. But I think I'm getting there.
Yeah. You look as though you're doing good. It's exactly it. Lift in whenever you feel as though you need to lift. Having a look each time. Ah, look at that. I think you've been practicing this at home.
Oh, I have not. How very day.
No. You could, if you want, use your temporary adhesive spray to hold it into place. You know, if you want to do that, or maybe a bit of low-tack tape. That's an option for you. Or, as I say, just use your fingers, holding it down, lifting as and when you need to, and you can follow all the lines.
I've got a bit of a cropper here somewhere. I don't know what's happened.
You will find as well, within the design, you get a very faint line down the middle, and that's just giving you the halfway point.
Right.
So if you do want to...
That's what I'd hit, I think.
Is it? Yeah. But if you do go over the lines and you create a score line where you don't want it, don't panic. You're not going to see that on the other side.
Okay.
So you don't need to worry. Oh, look how well you're getting on.
Oh, I'm just a little bit on the heavy-handed side, Craig, I think.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm not the most delicate.
As long as you're just finding the emboss, and then you can, if you want, feel comfortable doing it light-handed first, then by all means, and then what you can just do is go over it a couple of times, and then that's going to give you
I think I've got it.
Full image. So you'll be able to see I have there and here, maybe, I've gone over the lines, but you don't have to worry, you don't see it whatsoever. You get that full embossed line all the way around. Look at you.
How's that?
How smart is that?
Oh, no, sorry, I'm not used to this overhead. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, perfect. And if you turn it on the other side, Joe, if you turn it over, that's your nice, crisp, clean side that you can see there.
Brilliant.
So isn't that, there you go. So is that the first time you've done a bit of
First time I've ever done
embossing?
it. First bit of scoring I've ever done.
There you go. Well, that's giving you a little bit of practice for later on. You never know when it comes to the Ultimate Pro. You might be doing a little bit extra. Who knows? But what I'm then away to do is I'm going to take my scissors, and what I'll do is I've got all of these bits already cut, but all that I would then do is following the outside line, so keeping the embossed detail, but I'm following the outside line and I'm cutting all the way around. So taking my time, working my way around, because I've just spent that time embossing, I don't want to cut it all the way out, so therefore I'm going to use it as an outside guide. Going to keep going all the way around. Let's just do this little bit here. I would as well be cutting away this excess first, but following the line all the way around, which is then going to give me that. And all that I've done beforehand is pop some petals into place. I've also cut out the yellow one, and I put a couple of petals into place. That'll make sense in a moment. And I've also done this diddy tiny one within the smaller one and the blue as well. So what I can then do is if I pop my bits to the side, and then I've got a card blank already good to go. So I've taken a piece of our pattern paper from our Celebrations 12 by 12, I believe it is. And I'm going to layer this one up. I've taken the matten layer from our pastel blue, Centura Pearl, and also a deep navy. Instead of doing black, I wanted to pull in the full design with a bit of depth, so we've gone for navy. And then what I've also done is I've done double layers of foam pads to really make the middle stand out. And then on its paws, or its hands, its legs, what I've done is right at the end, I've popped a couple of bits of double-sided tape, and that's going to secure the body and also secure the side. It's going to give it that little bit extra depth. So if I push the centre in first, and then I'm going to push the arms and the legs. So you'll be able to see from up above, see how we've got that little bit of roundness there. And then I've done the same with the medium one. So let's take these backings off. And although I've used tape, you can use your tape runner if you want, that's up to yourself. But we're going to take these bits off. And then I'm going to do the last one with the small one. Have you done any of the craft alongs, Joe, before?
No, this will be my first one today.
Going to be your first one?
I'm really, really excited for it. It looks amazing. It looks very elaborate for a first craft along, I must say.
It does, doesn't it?
Really does.
It looks really, really smart though. If you're wanting to join in with Debbie and Joe, head across to Debbie's Facebook or Instagram as well as Crafter's Companion, and you'll find kind of like your shopping list as to what you need to craft along. But what I'm going to do is I've taken our smaller teddy bear that we can see here, really small one, for the front of cards if you want, but of course you can do them in any other way. And then what we're going to do is I'm just going to pop this one down to the side here. Then what I've also done to finish off, now Joe, I know you're not going to be here, but these sentiments are something brand new that are coming to Cartload on Thursday.
Is it a special cartload on Thursday?
It may very well be. It may very well be. And let's just say if Saturday night is anything to go by, who knows how this one's going to go? Need I say any more? So that is something to keep an eye out. My glue is just bunged up slightly, so let's use our dotty tape runner. So I'm going to pop a adhesive here, here, and then here. So we can then pop that within the middle, so let's go hello. See, if you say hello, do you think of Adele or do you think of Lionel Richie?
I always just think, I love. That's what I think. I love you, all right.
Oh,
That's
well,
what I always think of, like Coronation Street. I don't know why.
Yeah. Okay. We've got that answer my question.
How about you? Are you an Adele or a Lionel?
I automatically think of Adele. You'll go hello, and I'll go, it's me. Yeah, I always think of Adele's version. Well, different song, but hello. But here we go, making a really cute card, 7x7 card, using one of the scoreboards on the Ultimate Pro. We can see here, very, very simply, by going all the way around and then just chopping it out with our scissors, adding a few extra embellishments that you might want to pop into your card, then you can do. But that is what's going to be coming along in the Craft Along, 3 p.m. here in the UK, 11 a.m. for you guys, Eastern side, and 8 a.m. Pacific time. That's the Crafter's Companion, Ultimate Pro, and the scoreboard, which has got that teddy, the butterfly, double-sided, $39.99 here in the UK, $69.95 for you guys stateside. Of course, for you guys in Europe, go across to your website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. Right, before I go do a little bit of spinning action, I'm going to get tidied up and we're going to spin over to the big man himself.
Oh, yes, loads of people absolutely loving all things Ultimate Pro, Craig. Stephanie says, that's where you got your bear from. Your sneak peek, Craig. Clever, I like it. Beth says she had the very first Ultimate Pro. That's where she first discovered Sarah. Lynn says she uses the teddy as a card blank by putting the fold of the card fractionally over the side of the embossing. Very versatile piece of equipment. Laura says, I wasn't following these grooves, but seeing Joe do it gives me some encouragement. Well, if I can do it, Laura, I am pretty convinced that you're going to be able to do it as well. Beth loves a man that crafts, Craig. Well, she's in luck. She's got two of them today. Ooh. Well, one that does and one that tries. Let's go with that.
I always try hard. Thank you very much.
I am trying. Always very trying. Sandra says, hubby just came and saw that Joe has done it. Says, well done, Joe. Well, thank you very much. Helen thinks that the teddies are really, really cute. Beth says, good question. I'm not sure of this one, Craig. Does the Ultimate come with all the boards? I love to do, I want to know if I buy the boards, if I buy the Ultimate, will I get the boards or are they an extra, Craig?
Funny enough, I was just reading that question myself, Joe. So the Ultimate Pro, you do get that one scoreboard that I showed you when it comes with the teddy bear. Any additional ones, there is loads out there, but any additional ones are extras that you would need to purchase. You get the Ultimate Pro, you get that one scoreboard with it as well, and then the rest are extras.
Awesome. Suzette says, Joe, you're looking very smart today. Do you have plans after the show? I don't. Were you going to, ask me if I wanted to go for a coffee or something? I know if you're free, I'm free, Suzette. So we're both looking very dapper today. We both got our shirts on. Did I tell you what happened? I don't know if I've shared with everyone what happened, Craig, last week on my last day. This is my last day in today. I got home, I always have all my shirts in the wardrobe at the same time here at the studio. Finished my shift, was in a rush, picked them all up, put them in the car, got home, put them down on the sofa on the side. I just knew something was not quite right, and I sort of held one up and looked at it. My shirts are like this wide, these shirts are like this wide. So I had to text Craig immediately and be like, I'm so sorry I've taken 3 of your shirts home with me. We did talk about me doing a funny picture and trying to put one on, but it wasn't covering much, I'll be honest, Craig.
Yes, because just like Joe, because I'm here 5 days a week, I do as well have a collection of shirts in the wardrobe as well. And on Friday, I went to go in to actually take them home to wash them. I was like, where's my shirts gone? I just thought it'd been a long week and I was tired and thought I've obviously taken them home. Never thought anything of it. And then Joe gave me a WhatsApp later on the Friday night going, got your shirts. So yeah. Stole them. You didn't wash them though. Thanks.
I didn't know. I thought that might have been a bit odd. Taking your shirts home and then washing them for you.
And then washing them. I wouldn't have been offended. Not at all. Not at all. But yeah, good laugh. I wish I would have seen you and what it would have looked like with you with one of my shirts on, that's for sure. Would have been funny. Oh, right. Oh, I've got that vision in my head now, yeah.
Honestly, I'd have looked like a £2 turkey in a £1 bag, Craig. Can you imagine?
Oh, I love it when you come up with things like that. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Rightio. So while my head is spinning after that one, let's have a look at our penny sliders with this one here. So this is what's coming up later on today on Launch Party. So we can see here, this is our Crafter's Companion. This is our penny slider stamp and die set. So this has got over 100 and, well, it's got 110 elements. You've got the stamps, you've got the dies, all of which include the workings too. £69 here in the UK, $90 for you guys stateside. You're still getting that over £10 or over $13 saving, and then you're going to get your Club Inspire on top of that one. So let's have a look and see how these work. Originally, you may have seen my Instagram, my original finished sample did use Hunky Dory's Mirror Galaxy cardstock, and then you guys sold that one out. So what I have done is I've replaced it slightly with something we do still have in stock, and that's the adorable scoreable Mirror Galaxy. So this one, adorable scoreable cardstock. So this is the non-mirror kind. So this was part of the pattern selection. You got polka dots, you got animal print, etc., etc. So this one is from that, and it is still in stock. You might have it at home, but we've got this one. So what I'm going to do is I've already cut that one down to 6x6. So let's take I've taken a piece of our white smooth stamping card and I've cut this to 7x7. Because what I'm going to do is, I've got a black card blank, which is 8x8, and then that's going to be that layer. And then I've purposely made my Galaxy layer a lot, well, I'd say a lot smaller, relatively smaller, ½ inch all the way round. And the reason being is because if I go into my stamp set here, and we're going to use the Over the Moon, we've got all these different components here. Well, we've got lots of stars, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring just the one star in, and I'm going to bring, you can use your stamping platforms, but because it's a really small stamp, I find it easier just using one of my small acrylic blocks that I've got. And I'm going to bring in my stamping mat. So if I come in here, now what I'm going to do is if I bring this back in, I'm going to stamp some stars all the way around the sides very randomly, and then within the middle I'm also going to stamp out a selection of stamps as well when it comes to the centre, and that's so that when we do our die cut of our workings, it's going to be a lot more, you're actually going to see through and see all the images. So let's do a very, very few to start with, because I've got one already finished. And I'm randomly stamping these ones out. So just going all the way around. And I'm not going too far in because remember, we're going to be covering most of it with our cardstock. So if I do a little bit more here and then here. So if I was to bring that in, you'll see how we're starting to get that edge all the way round. So what I would do is carry on all the way round, but what I would also do is randomly do a nice selection within the middle. If you want to use your worker as a bit of a guide, so keeping in mind this aperture bit in the middle, this is what you're going to see. So you might want to do a pencil line so you can randomly follow all the way round so that you can stamp, and it'll all become even more clear as we start to assemble it. So what I can then do is bringing in a tri-blend, and I'm going to go for the citrus blend and I'm going for the mid blend, and what I'm doing is I'm colouring them in. Colour them in. I'm not doing shading or anything. I'm going to colour each of them in, and then like I do with all of my stamps, I'm going to go round all the edges with ice grey too. So going round with the grey, doing ice grey too, and I do that with all my stamped images because I think it just makes the images stand out. So if you carry that all the way round, including the centre, you'll end up with that. So even that on its own looks quite smart.
It looks awesome.
Looks quite smart, doesn't it? Yeah,
Do you know what it reminds me of? It looks like a drone display.
Yeah.
You know, rather than fireworks, you get those like displays of
Yeah.
drones. They all sort of concrete. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, it does actually, doesn't it? You know what you could do as well? If you are using maybe a light pencil of that, you could, in big letters, sketch someone's name out, and then you could follow that as a line and stamp the stars out. So you're going to be having their name within the stars. So that's an idea. So even useful on that one set alone. So what I can do is let's sit that one to the side now. So we have got our pattern card blank that we've created, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this top layer, which is going to be kind of like the main spinner action. So we can bring this in. So I'm then going to bring in my actual worker die, and I'm going to pop it as close to the middle as I can get. You know, you could measure it if you want to, but what I am going to do is pop it into the centre the best I can, and then when I'm happy with that, I'm going to tape it down. Now, keeping in mind, if you don't already know actually, even although I'm saying keeping in mind, this centre bit is actually the bit that you're going to want to keep as well. So we'll explain that as we go through. So we can run this one through our junior. You were having a play with these before we went live, weren't you, Joe, over on the kitchen?
I think they're awesome how they work so well. I've seen so many sort of spinner style projects before.
Yeah.
And they just don't spin or are tricky to get going.
Yeah.
But looking at the boards that have been done, they work an absolute treat. They whiz round. So well designed by Leanne and her team, these.
They really are. They really, really are. And when it comes to the spinning action, when it comes to the foam pads, I'm going to show you a bit of a tip as to what I found or kind of worked out on Saturday night. Or it was Sunday night I done it actually. So I'm going to take my tape off here. You don't need to worry about tearing if you're using the Adorable Scoreable because it all comes out just nicely. Now you've got a ring now that you could be using elsewhere if you want, maybe a frame or something, but we don't actually need that. So what we're going to do now is let's layer up this back layer first. So I'm going to bring in my tape runner. So let's go all the way around the edges. So we're popping our adhesive onto place here. And I can press that into place. And then what I'm going to do is before we stick this one down, I'm going to bring in my foam pads. Now, if you've got our big, large A4 sheets, these are going to be perfect for you because you can cut a lot of them to the size that you need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roughly chop some of these ones up. And what I'm also doing is I'm using the thickest foam. So this one is 3mm. And we do foam pads in 3mm, but we want to make sure we've got a lot of depth holding up this back layer so that the spinner is going to spin round just perfectly. So taking our backs off, so if we take, let's get this side here.
If you only had little foam pads, could you just double them up, Craig?
Of course you can, absolutely. If you only have the small ones, exactly that, Joe, no problem at all. The main thing you're just wanting to make sure is you've got quite a bit of depth under that base layer so that when you come to add your spinner, it spins around no problem at all. So let's get this one going. Let's take this back one off. Let's see if we can get, not playing ball with me today. Let's see.
Have you trimmed that foam pad finger?
No, I've not actually. I've not, so I don't know why it's not playing ball with me today, but we'll get it to. We'll get it to.
I've worked out what this feels like, this show, Craig.
What's that?
With me sort of sat over here and you sat over there doing all the work.
Yeah.
It feels like Saturday Kitchen. That's what it feels like. I'm sat over here at the table with the coffee. I mean, if there was food, it could be better. But, and you're over there working, I can just sort of slightly see you through the bookcase. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, I do like a bit of Saturday Kitchen as well. So it's exactly what it's like. What I've done is we've gone all the way around, and then I'm also going to bring back in this circle, and then I'm going to make sure, because we want to make sure that we have got more than enough room all the way round for our penny to slide round. So I'm going to take the corners off. So if I take these ones off into the middle, and then before I actually assemble this, what we're going to do, and if I actually bring this in to show you, see how we can see the stars shining through. So that's how we wanted to do them within the centre. So let's set that one to the side for now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a piece of our cardstock. So this one this is actually our white smooth stamping card. You can use your Nina, but I want it to have a real bit of thickness to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a stamping block again, and then this time, instead of using the spaceship, or instead of using the spaceman, I'm using the spaceship. So it's going to give it a different feel as well. But then we've also got, within the die set, you've got a couple of circles. So this little circle here, that die cuts out the world that you can see there. But then what this one does as well, this one perfectly cuts out the centre of the helmet. So you can pop a little picture of someone's face or something into the middle if you want to. So that's going to be a perfect one for you. You've even got the little, it could be Saturn or any of the other galaxies.
Do you know what it reminds me of? And you could definitely make one themed, I think, in this way, Craig. It's got a bit of a Wallace and Gromit feel to it, hasn't
absolutely, it does, doesn't it?
Is it called The Great Day Out, where they, try and go to space?
Yeah, it does. Really has that feel to it.
And the moon's made of cheese. Imagine if the moon was made of cheese. If the moon was made of cheese, what cheese would it be made out of? It would be made of like Laird, wouldn't it? The one with the little holes in it.
Oh, see, I would be really plain and simple. It'd be like mild coloured cheddar for me.
Mild cheddar.
I do like cheese, Johnny, but it gives me headaches if I have really strong ones. No, I don't get nightmares.
Gives me funky dreams, Craig.
Yeah. Gives Johnny bad dreams. Doesn't do that for me, it just gives me headaches.
A friend of mine doesn't sleepwalk, Craig. Well, he obviously does sleepwalk, but he sleep eats.
Really?
He's a sleep eater, and his go-to apparently when he sleep eats is cheddar cheese. And he hadn't done it for ages, Craig.
Right.
Earlier this week he put a story up on Instagram, and he didn't realise he had sleep eaten until in the morning when he made his bed, he found a whole block of cheddar with a little nibble out the corner of it. He'd obviously got up in the night, gone to the fridge, eaten the piece of cheddar and put it in bed with him. How
really?
Funny. Yeah,
that is brilliant.
100% the truth. Yeah, my friend Caleb.
That's brilliant, isn't it? Oh my gosh. I've never been in a situation where I've got in the morning and thought, have I sleepwalked, or, I don't know. You don't know until there's someone there to tell you, but that's brilliant.
I'm a sleep talker, Craig. Apparently you can have a full-blown conversation with me in my sleep. I'll tell you anything, apparently. All the secrets come out.
Really? There we go. We'll need to have a sleepover or something. In the other room, of course. So what I've done is you would then colour in the full lot. You've got that outline die that you can then die cut it out, or maybe you want to fussy cut it, which then looks like that. So we've got a little rocket that's ready to go into the workings. And then what I've also done, using the additional stamps that you get, I've already stamped and coloured these. So this one here, this is, as you say, Joe, you might want to colour it so it's like cheese, then you can do. You can do a few of them. I've done the world as well as, it could be Saturn or any Pluto or any of them that's got the ring round them. And then even adventure awaits. So I've already done these bits. So here we go, let's go into the workings bit. Now, foam pads. You're going to want to use round ones so that it's going to give you that real slick, smooth working. I have found so many of you have got this die set at home because it came originally with the Gemini Mini. It has been available on its own. It's been in so many goodie bags over the past. So what I'm going to do is this main die here, I'm even going to bring in my Mini for this one. The largest circle within the die. This one here is going to be your best friend when it comes to the worker. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop my foam pad, and even although this is 3mm, still going to die cut. So I'm going to position that into my folder, and I'm going to run this one through. So we're going to run it through, and this is going to cut your little circle. So if I take this one out and pop it out, so there is our perfect little circle that's going to be our little worker. Don't bin that, because you can still use that to add depth to your cards or projects, because no one's going to see it, so it doesn't matter what it looks like.
I love that you're gutting your foam pads now as well.
Yeah, I know,
Talk about
yeah.
frugal.
Going to the extreme now by gutting my my foam pads, that's for sure. So what I'm going to do now at this point here is I'm going to take my backends off. So if I take the backing off here and then here, so let's take all of these ones off. And you need to, when I was on about earlier on, have enough space on the back. You need that space so that your layers with your foam pad and your penny's got enough movement on the back to work its way round. So if I take these last couple off, so this one I'm going to pop straight into place. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to bring in, now you use your penny or your cent, because that's what obviously it's called. But what I found specific, I know now the rocket wasn't, I don't think it was initially meant to be the slider. I think it was meant for decoration. So if I put the penny on, you can see how I can still see the penny slightly. So what I've done instead is I've brought in a 5p one, because I felt, you know, really minted when I made this the other day. Mr. Moneybags.
Someone's earning.
So what I'm then going to do is I'm going to pop the backing off my foam pad, and I'm going to put the foam on the back of the 5p here, and then I'm going to take this backing off here. And then what I can do is I'm even just going to pop that in. I'm sliding it to the side for the time being. Take this backing off, and then I'm going to pop this into the middle. So if I position that into the middle and then press. So then what I can do is I can come along with my other 5p, and I'm going to sandwich that one over the top. And then once again, to really add depth, let's pop another pad on. You might want to keep this bit flat with your either glue gel or tape, you can, but why not? We're in space, so let's go all out when it comes to the depth of it.
Would you like to go to space, Craig? Because there's now like, there's coming, isn't there? There's Virgin Galactica, there's a couple of, isn't Elon Musk working on like you can actually pay to go to space? I think I'm a bit too much of a wimp, to be honest.
Do you know what it is? It's that case of, I've not thought about it much in that I would love to go to space. If the opportunity came up, you know, I would probably not say no to it, but I wouldn't initially go out my way to get myself into space.
You might have to go out your way to get there. It's pretty far.
Pretty far. So what's it? It's Florida, isn't it? Is it Florida?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
How long does it take to get to space? I feel like I have to do some more research here, Craig.
It's a lot shorter than it used to be, that's for sure, isn't it? Did it not like take weeks or months in the past to get there?
Do you know what? Space is one of those things that I'm very uneducated on, Craig, I must say. Not something I know an awful lot about.
I find it fascinating.
Oh, it only takes 8.5 minutes, apparently, to get to space. I mean, I can't even get back to Chiltern in that time.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, I can't even get home to my house in that time.
Or a bit further to the moon, though, Craig. 3 days if you want to get to the moon. I mean, if you're going to go, you may as well go to the moon, don't you?
But still, only 3 days to get to the moon.
Yeah, Mars is 7 months away.
Oh. Gosh. I don't think humans have been that far, have
but there was that robot, wasn't there? Are they called rovers, the ones, you know,
oh,
that wander around?
Yeah.
That's been on Mars, hasn't it? All been in the press recently.
It has, hasn't it? It has. Yeah, I would find it fascinating to go, but I wouldn't, like, as I say, I wouldn't go out my way to actually get myself to space. But it certainly would be interesting. So here we go. I've popped my the moon, or you could colour it whichever way that you want. Popped it down to the bottom. I've done our sentiment. I've even put the world into place, and I've put our planets here. What I've done is I've chopped it in half, so it makes it look as though we've got a couple more than we actually do, and they're coming into the frame. Of course, you can be stamping and colouring a lot more, but then if I work that round, see how we have got that perfect spinner action. So I would urge you, if you've got that die, use that die with your foam pads. And I did use my A4 sheets, I chopped them down, but because the die is really small, you can use your actual foam pad squares to be die cut in the circle. So if I keep going all the way around, we've got that spinner action, but you do get the little spaceman or space girl, space dog, space cat, space monkey, whatever one that you want to use it as, and you can then have some fun when it comes to that card there. But I do so much fun when it comes to these penny sliders. So these are the ones that are going to be coming up later on today on Launch Party. Gemini Penny Slider Stamp and Die Collection, where you're getting over 110 elements, £69 here in the UK, $90 in the United States of America, and it works out that you buy 7 and you're going to get 1 free. So buy in 7 and you're going to get 1 free. Saving a £10.92 here in the UK, $13.60. Of course, you guys in Europe, head across to .eu. Talking about heading across, we're going to head across to JR himself. Oh, JR.
Wasn't JR a character in like Dallas or something like that?
Was there not the big Who Shot JR, apparently?
I've never seen Dallas. Is Dallas the one that they remade recently? It's a new one on Netflix.
Yeah.
I'm lots of big hair and stuff. Also, wasn't who is that absolute iconic diva that was in the original Dallas? What's her name?
Oh,
Joan Collins.
Joan Collins with the big shoulder pads.
Love Joan Collins. Lots of people talking about these slider dies. They did sell out. They are back in stock for that later launch party, so don't miss out on them. A lot of people saying they bought a couple of them before they actually saw the show and then came back and bought the whole collection. Marcia says she loves them. Karen Fisher said the sets are so clever. I can picture a kid receiving one of the cards and getting a kick out of the interaction and the card movement. Rosalind says this set makes the penny sliders really easy to put together. No more manual sliders trying to make sure the circles are lined up. Tansy Pan says cheese is okay. She says find cheese if you're a sleep eater. Cheese is fine. I've started this, so I'm gonna have to finish it. I hadn't proofread it. All right. She says finding melted smushed chocolate in the morning, on the other hand, might be slightly more alarming. Gemma Swift says me too, Joe. Talking about sleep talking. My dog wakes me up when I sleep talk. I think I must shout his name a lot in my sleep. That is really funny. Victoria says, when I was younger, I wanted to be an astronaut. I'd still love to go to space. Do you know what? I'm not so fussed about going to space, Craig. I would love to experience zero gravity, though. I think that would be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But there are have you seen these special flights that you can take, Craig, that replicate it and it creates zero gravity for a minute and a half or something in these little special planes? I'd give that a go, wouldn't you?
That would be really fun. Yeah, really fun. I'd love to try that for sure. And then maybe I'll get my juices going to actually want to go up in space. But
maybe you want to go. Maybe you want to go all the way. Karen says the Space Penny Slider set is my favourite, along with a monkey one. Can you imagine, Joe, if you got all the way to Mars and found you'd forgotten your paper pads? I mean, it's a long way back, and it really is. I don't think we deliver to Mars just yet. I mean, who knows? Soon. Val says I would go to space if they invent teleportation. At 70, I think I'm a bit late. Val in Southampton. I don't think you're ever too old for anything. I think we can all, Cher's on a world tour at 76, Craig, so, it says it all really, doesn't it? Keep getting your questions and comments in. Loads of exciting stuff coming up today as well. Right, what's next then, Craig?
Right, Teal, so what we're going to do is maybe you're not going to be able to go to space. Maybe you're, at the moment, for whatever reason, you're maybe not being able to go on a little holiday, so maybe you want to do a little bit of a staycation yourself. And what you can do is, talking about staycation, maybe you've not even seen our current Get It, Got It Good. Have a look at this. So it's all about our staycation collection. So when you are getting your 5 elements in total, where you're getting your happy camper, the simple life, road trip, life's a beach, and you're getting your 12x12 paper pad, home away from home. You could be creating your cards, your projects, your scrapbook pages. Maybe you want to do your albums when it comes to the 8-inch or the 10-inch one. Capture those memories when it comes to your holidays or past staycations. You've got all these different ones that you can do, but that is your current Get It, Got It Good, £44 here in the UK, or of course for you guys, $53. There we go. So do make sure that you always check them out when it comes to our website. Always a brand new one every single week that launches on a Monday morning, but they are always while stocks last, so you certainly don't want to miss out on that one, that's for sure. Rightio, so as we slowly start to come to the end of this show today, we do still have an absolute jam-packed day lined up on Crafters TV. So what is in store for all of you for the remainder of today? Well, you can see right to the side, we've got Craft Along. So that's going to be later on today, 3 p.m. here in the UK, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific Time. And that's going to be with Debbie Robinson and Joe, all about the Ultimate Pro. If you've not got all your bits and pieces ready yet, go across to Debbie's Facebook page or Instagram, as well as Crafters Companion. You're going to find that list of everything that you need to be making that incredible exploding box that you'll be able to see the picture of. Step-by-step detail with Debbie, credible teacher when it comes to step-by-step. And talking about pictures, have a look at this. Shall I read this one out for you? Let's go for it. So to create Debbie's exploding box, you're going to need your big score and your scoring tool, lovely lilac 12x12 paper pad, contemporary watercolour card, the 12x12, lovely lilac organza ribbon, acetate, large guillotine, Crafters Companion tape runner, all-purpose glue, and the butterfly dies, which is optional when it comes to your exploding box. So if you want to get all those bits together, if you've not got them, you are going to have that option to treat yourself during Craft Along, and you're going to get them to be winging their way to you, where you can always watch back and craft along with us. It won't be live, of course, but still you can craft along when it comes to the Craft Along itself. And then with it being Tuesday as well, what we're going to do is we're going to end the day 7 p.m. here in the UK, or 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific Time, with a launch party, which are all about these uber fun spinner dies as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But myself and Joe, I thought, are we going to go a couple of minutes early because we've got a lot to go through? Let's do it. We have got a half-price craftful. So seeing as it is a humdinger of a craftful, let's go to it a couple of minutes early. Check out this.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
Oh yes, it's that time of the day again when we journey into the craft vault, which is always a great place to be because the deals are awesome and the prices are low, which is fantastic. In fact, everything in this craft vault is going to be half price for you today, which is going to be really exciting. I am here, Craig is here, of course, still with me as well. Some awesome bits and bobs in this show today, Craig.
There really is. That's hence why we actually have come at Craft Vault just a couple of minutes early, because we have got a jam pack. I'm just looking at everything at the side here, and Joe, it's all half price.
I know, how fabulous. Now, there's been a bit of a bit of a, I want to say uproar because that's a bit much, Craig, but apparently Joan Collins was in Dynasty and not Dallas. Debbie says, these boys don't know their Dallas from their Dynasty.
Well,
she's outside at the window chuckling at me through the window.
We're too young.
She's at the window like this, not Dallas.
We're
not
too
Dallas.
young.
Yeah, we are too young, Debbie. That is what it is.
She's getting daggers now. Actually, she's crying
Debbie
now.
will be up in 2 hours' time. So lovely to have Debbie back. There's like it's everyone's Fake Friday and Debbie's here. I feel like that. The two together is going to be a recipe for a very funny show. Should we get into then what's in this show? Because we've got some fabulous embossing folders for you in this show. Now, I love this one. This one's been so popular when we've brought it to you in the past. It is your Zen garden. Now, the great thing is it's the amount of texture you get. It reminds me of like henna art, this one, Craig. You know, like you have like a henna tattoo. That's what it's kind of got, that kind of vibe to it. Like it's like I feel like it makes me want to go on a yoga retreat somewhere in India. That's how I feel when I look at that one. The next one I've got for you, you can see me, can't you, doing yoga at a yoga retreat? I mean, I'm practically a yogi, aren't I? You've got this one here, which is your French lace. You've got your rambling rose, and you've also got your textured swirls too. Love this. So much gorgeous detail. Whether you're highlighting that with a little bit of gilding wax or you're popping some inks on there, it's going to look truly, truly stunning. Get those. $13.98 to get four of those incredible 3D embossing folders. £11.18 as a platinum member, or $15.92, which is exceptional value for money. If you want to get ahead and place an order, absolutely you can. Now's a great time to do that. Pop yourself over to crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au, click that shop the show button, and there you'll see absolutely everything that is coming up. Now, we have got some double-sided goodies for you in this show as well. What you're going to receive in here is the Thanks a Bunch. I absolutely love this. I'll get onto the double-sided die in just a second, but this really lovely stackable sentiment die for you, and I think that is awesome. Really lovely. Think about using the floral elements separately if you want to. There's nothing to stop you doing that. And then this one, you can see here, is your double-sided floral delight that you've got just here, which is absolutely awesome. And again, it cuts all these elements separately, and then they layer up to give you that really awesome die just there. A really brilliant collection. Now, the Floral Delights die on its own should be $19.99 or $29.95. Platinum members are getting the whole thing for $11.19 or $15.96. So you can see just how off the chart the value is there for that one. So we've got that on the show. One more item for you as well. Love these. I feel like construction's definitely one of those things in craft that really sings to me, and I just love the idea that you take a 2D piece of cardstock. You're going to get cardstock included in here as well, so you're going to get this gorgeous Centura pearl in there, in that berry red. Isn't it gorgeous? Love that. And we're also going to give you one of my favourite glitter cards as well. It's the copper glitter card. It's encapsulated as well, so it means that it's not going to shed. And then what you get is you're going to be able to turn them then into these gorgeous boxes. Now, I think these work brilliantly as favour boxes. You could be making some little homemade chocolate truffles or a little bit of fudge and popping it into there. And again, depending on how you put these together and layer them up, you do get everything that you need to create not only the box itself, but all the panels and all of the decorative elements in there too. And this is how it comes to you. It's a really nice, big, sizable die, this one, which is fantastic. If you want to grab that, then do $20.98 or $25.19. The box on its own, by the way, should be £34.99 or $39.95. So essentially, I mean, you're getting the box for half price, and then we're throwing all the other elements in there for you as well. Platinum members get that for $16.78 or $20.15, which is awesome value for money. It really, really is. It'll be very, very busy on that one. They always are when we bring them to you. I'd love to know, actually, a lot of you maybe got these already. I'd love to see some pictures of your boxes. If you want to send me a picture of your box, then you can do so. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. It's all about the boxes today, isn't it? Eve says, half price. You guys are killing me. We're not killing your wallet though, are we? Which is good. Lisa says, I love a bargain. So does my pocketbook. And Heidi says, uh-oh, Fake Friday alert. We need a little Fake Friday siren, don't we, that goes off every time it's someone's Fake Friday. But yes, do get me those pictures in. I would love to see them. But I believe, firstly, Craig, we're going to have a look at these embossing folders. Awesome detail in these. There really is.
Really, it's phenomenal embossing that we'll be able to see. So let's show you a few of them. We then got the Rambling Rose. So whether you are going straight on with maybe your colours, your whites, your blacks, you'll be able to see on this one here. But then you can completely mix them and change them up that we can see within this one here. So bringing in, and it was a bit of German on that one. Oh well then. Still got the embossing. Don't ask me what it says.
What did it say? Gluck.
Don't know. Gluck
ist. I can't read that. My eyes aren't that good.
Good luck, I think Charlotte said. So we'll say that one. It looks it. So be your own kind of beautiful, where you can be incorporating your own stamps or dies within the middle if you're going to chop into them. Use them as frames that we can see here. So lots of different ways and styles you can be using them. Wait until, there we go. Let me show you this next one as well. So a bit of black with copper. Isn't that fab? How fab is that one? And then maybe you want to do a little bit of inking onto here, so just randomly picking out little bits, incorporating a few other frames as well. I'm going to do another bit of a drop tease for you on Cartload on Thursday night here in the UK. We've got some new elegant frames as well that you've not seen before, so that's going to be good.
I feel like you're going to have to give us a bit more info about this. You've really teased us about this Cartload today, Craig.
Right, well, yeah, I give you a full-on tease. Let's go for a full-on tease for you. And Cartload on Thursday, jam-packed full of mostly new hunky-dory products, few returning favourites, but it's not just even collections. So maybe you like Hunky Dory's Moonstone dies, maybe you've not seen them before. We've got a few different things that you're going to be able to see as well. We've got family paper pads. That's all I'm going to say when it comes to that one there. So if you like your mats and layers, you like all the different colours, if you have trouble coordinating colours together, Hunky Dory have done it for you. So that's what's going to be coming up on Cartload on Thursday. But that's all I'm going to say now, because I'll probably get into trouble, because this is still Tuesday, so a couple of days to go. But let's go back into this embossing folder here. So this one I'm using the Rambling Rose, and what I'm going to do on this side here where I've got the emboss side, what I'm doing is I'm going to go in for the Pale Fig, and I'm going to do some inking here. And the reason, Joe, that I'm inking the emboss side is so that all that colour is going to get pushed into the back of my cardstock. So I'm going to tap my ink all over. And for this one, I am using watercolour card, but you could still use your white smooth stamping card, because we're not doing specific colouring as such. So we can then stamp that, get that a good bit of coverage. Let's even go in with let's go in for a little bit, not fuchsia, let's go for a bit of plum jam, maybe even just in the corners. Just very lightly, nothing specific, random taps into the corner. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my cardstock in, and I'm going to lay that onto the non-coloured side just now, simply because as soon as I close this, I don't want it to move or smudge. So I've got a good grip of it. And then what we're going to do is, because this is a 3D embossing folder, all of them are 3D, base cut and plate, I'm then going to bring in my plastic and then my magnetic. So what we can do is rub that one through.
Of the stock we started this show with, Craig, not the actual starting stock, that's loaded 2 days before, of the amount of stock that we had when we started this craft vault, 7 minutes in, half of that has gone. So it's half the stock gone. However, knowing how many people have just ordered, if it's in your basket, I must urge you already to check it out, because I think it is definitely going to go in this show, Craig.
And again, it's 3D, Joe. 3D is just phenomenal that you're able to get the 3D ones within this deal. But what we can do, so this is now the deboss side, but then if I was to turn it around, what we've got is we've got that rustic ink effect. So the colour is then being pushed into the backdrop, so then all that raised area is then nice white, crisp, clean, but then you've got that distress, that rustic kind of look depending on the colours that you use. However, you can, if you wanted to, let's come in with a blending pad, and we'll do that on the other side. Let's do a little bit of fuchsia, so we can then go in the top and we can start to add that ink in. And even from this one here, you start to get that look. You know our layering stamps that we do? Gives you that kind of look. So I'm only doing this quarter bit into here. So then here we go. So even then, by doing the inking afterwards, you can see the multitude of layers that we've got, even just within this folder and this section alone.
Love that, Craig. Really, really awesome value. And I think you guys see that. That's why so many of you already jumped to the website. Over 60% gone now. So if you want them, you will need to be quick for those. We're getting loads of compliments today, Craig. Everyone's in a very good mood, I feel, at the moment, you know. Those two gents are so handsome, says Nikki. And they're both looking young recently. Well, you know, maybe it's craft, Craig. Maybe it keeps you youthful, you know. What do you think?
Maybe, I think so, maybe, yeah. Maybe we're actually starting to dig the length of our hair now. We're maybe getting that to a point
Do you know how much I hated my hair when it started growing out, don't you?
Yep.
I actually think I might keep it now.
I'm thinking the same, Joe.
Maybe I'll just get like tidied up a little bit, you know, just a bit sort of shaped up around the ears and stuff.
Yeah.
But I am actually quite liking it now.
Well, put it this way, the end of April, yes, I'm going to be going home to Scotland for a good few days.
Nice.
And my friend who cuts my hair, she's a hairdresser, she is going to be cutting it then. So I've got up until then, but yeah, maybe even then, I might just get her to style it slightly. Instead of actually fully cutting it.
To be honest, I mean, we're both the same age. We should just be grateful we've got hair,
Exactly.
really. So why not let it grow whilst we've still got it, Craig?
Exactly,
I
yep.
almost shaved mine at the start of this lockdown again, and I thought, do you know what? I won't have shaved head now because I might have to have one not through choice a little later down the line. I was going to say like Johnny, but he did just shave. He has got hair, we assure you. Right, very busy on those. Let's move on. Right, we're going to move on to these double-sided dies over here. Right, so what you've got, a double-sided die and also this beautiful topper die. So you've got the Thanks a Bunch here, and what you get is you get the sentiment, you get the flowers, you get the mat, and you get the actual Thanks A there too. So it's a really nice layerable sentiment. This one though, as I said earlier, the deal is awesome here because on this one, you should be looking at $19.99 or $29.95 just for this one alone. So gives you some idea of how great the value it is, and these are double-sided dies. You will need your double-sided die plates unless you're using your MIDI. And Leanne assures me you don't need your double-sided plates through the MIDI, you can just run these through, which is fantastic. But I love that they do layer up to something really lovely. A great topper, would look great on a tag actually, just how this has been done here on a little stitched edge round nesting die. So lots of different ways of using them. Think about colouring them up as well, because you can make these seasonal. You could use a lot of red and have a Christmas one. You could do spring colours, summer colours, fall and autumn colours, really lovely in the browns and oranges too. So something that's going to work for you all the way through the year, which is brilliant. So don't miss out on those. We must go back to, though, of course, the Trinket boxes. Very busy here, as we knew they would be, on this kind of deal. And I just think they make something that is really stunning. You think about how you would attempt to create that with a scoreboard, it would be very difficult for you. With this here, all the scoring absolutely taken care of, all the tabs are done for you. And what I love is that you do get a really nice sturdy box. Yes, it is decorative, but absolutely it is also 100% functional as well at the same time, which is awesome. You even get the little sentiment there, which is on the tag, which is brilliant. And of course, depending on how you decorate these up, and also what substrate you use. Substrate, I mean, you know, the base cardstock, you're going to get something that looks very, very different, which is awesome. So do grab that. Now, what we've also got just here in this collection for you is some cardstock. You get 10 sheets of that gorgeous copper cardstock that you've got just there, and then you're also going to get this fantastic red, which is the cherry red. Isn't it beautiful? Look at that. And of course, Centura Pearl, unrivaled quality, that beautiful pearlescence and sheen and shine on there. A $20.98 or $25.19 if you want to grab hold of those ones. Don't forget as well, because we're in the month of March, it means National Craft Month, therefore it means loads of fabulous prizes. Every single day we are giving away a selection, and look at this one. I feel like these collections just get bigger and bigger, Johnny, as the month goes on. This one here, you've got all the stamps in there, you've got some edgeables, there's loads in there for you. All you need to do is comment in any one of today's shows. So in the craft file, if you commented in Wake Up the Call, you'll already be entered. If you can comment in the craft along, or of course in our launch pod show. The more time you comment comment, the more chances you will have to win. We'll reveal the winner in the launch party, which will be this evening at 7 p.m. here in the UK, or 3 p.m. if you are on the East Coast, which is fantastic. Left-handed Crafter says we should definitely grow our hair, Craig. Joy Sampson, the adorable Joy, says you are both adorable. Just that. I'm happy. I'll take that, Craig.
I'll take that as well. I was actually busy commenting there, but Johnny's just said in my ear, I'm not eligible to enter that.
Oh.
So.
Johnny wasn't allowed last week, apparently, therefore he's now scorned. Scorned. Right, what's next, Craig?
Right, let's have a look at the Trinket box. Now, obviously, the Trinket box doesn't take long to make, but you don't want to rush it. So what we will do is we will construct the main bases of the Trinket box. And with this one here, it will go through your Gemini Junior or your MIDI because the sizes that you're actually using when it comes to the actual workers. So what I've done here is you're going to need two of this one. So cut this one twice, which will be the base, and then cut this one twice, which is going to be the lid. So for a bit of time and speed, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 layers at once. And I know that the Gemini is going to do that just perfectly. So let's secure that one down with tape. And I am using a 12 by 12 texture cardstock. This is from the Warm Tones. And this is the one during lockdown last year. Gosh,
which one?
Can you believe it? Oh,
which one?
This time last year is when it all kicked off. It's certainly here in the UK. Hard to believe that year's gone.
It was the 24th of March, I think, wasn't it?
24th of March.
Officially went into lockdown. Because we're having a National Day of Reflection here in the UK on the 24th
I didn't know that.
of March, yeah. Yes, to remember the last year. So I was just reading about it this morning, actually, Craig.
Yeah, no, I didn't realise that because, as well as obviously, that's for when myself and many others went into the 12-week isolation, which obviously I personally chose not to do it on this occasion. But what we're doing now is we've done the base, done that twice, and we need to do the lid as well. So we're going to pop that one into place here, and then we're going to bring in our our plastic, magnetic, and top plate. Now, what we can do is, the reason I mentioned that a moment ago, Joe, is because this was the die that I actually used to make tiny little gifts for my mum and some of my close friends as well. And I popped little, kind of like little smellies and that in them and sent it to them. So that is the actual die set that I used. But what we can then do is if we take the lid here, so let's take our, well, I'm not going to actually cut these, but you've got all these panels here. So you've got your decorative panels, so you could cut into the edges if you want, Joe, or you get the outside die as well as the decoration die. So you might want to matte and layer these up. You might want to do just a full-on bold colour panel if you want, and the same goes for the lid as well. You've got all these ones.
It's like a little dicky bow, isn't it?
It is actually, it really, really is. As well as tabs, as well as some sentiments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold all of these over, and you've got the score lines in with them. I would be burnishing them at home with my score tool. So I'm going to go in, and then we're going to fold these bits, and then we're also going to do the same when it comes to the lid. All of these folding in, and our tape runner will work absolutely fine for this one. However, as it's construction, I would be inclined at home to use our tacky glue. So folding these in, and then what I'm going to do is if I take my tape runner, I'm going to pop on one of the lids here, I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to pop my tape. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a bit of a cross, Joe. So crossing these two over each other, like that one, and then we're going to press. And then on each of these tabs, I'm going to pop a little bit of adhesive, so we can go all the way around. And at this point, if I was to decorate the box with all these decoration panels, this is where I would pop them on now before I assemble the lid. I'm just assembling this full box and lid so that you can see. So now that we've done each of these tabs, we're going to fold them in, and we're just matching the end of this panel up against the end of that score line. And we're going to pop it in, and we're going to fold it in, and then we're going to press. So let's line that one up a bit easier. And this is not just for, tiny little gifts for saying that you're thinking of someone or birthdays. If you colour change it to something Christmas themed, then they could obviously be gifts for Christmases. Maybe you're going to pop maybe an engagement ring in, maybe you could be doing it that way. Nice little surprise, you'll never know.
When is it that the ladies traditionally, I think the ladies should be able to propose to the men all the time, Craig. I think we should normalise the women proposing to the men whenever they fancy. You know,
yeah,
just take charge.
I think it's kind of tradition that it's leap year, isn't it? 29th of February.
On a leap year, the girls can propose. That's what I was looking for to the guys. So yeah, I think it should be all the time, though, Craig.
Yeah, I think so. I wouldn't be, I know some guys will say, oh, they want to be the one that proposes or that. I wouldn't be upset if my partner or girlfriend proposed to me. You know, I think it's nice, and as you say as well, you know, why not? Why shouldn't a girl be able to propose any other time and not just a leap year?
A lot of my friends, though, it seems like I'm not going to say the romance has gone out of it, but it seems to be like a very logical, grown-up discussion now. Beforehand, it doesn't seem to be doesn't seem to be the element of surprise like there used to be. Let's put it that way.
It's kind of like, you know, oh, do you see yourself together in number? Should we just get married? Yeah, let's.
Yeah,
do it.
or do we need a mortgage? Should we probably get? Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Yeah, which I don't want to go down that line. When it comes to my turn, I want it to be a surprise. Either my surprise to them or their surprise to me. Either or. Might do it in a box. Here we go, little trinket box. We're changing it any colour that you want. We've done the lid, we've done the base. So 4 die cuts, but you can use each of the die and die cut 2 layers at once if you want with the pressure of the Gemini. They will of course go through any of your other die cutting machines, not just the Gemini. And also because the dies are slightly smaller, it means that these ones will go through your Gemini Junior, your MIDI, any other small die cutting machines, A5 size. And all these decoration parts, they're going to go through your Gemini Mini, your Gemini Go, and any of your other really small die cutting machines.
Right, our social media, I've got a revelation for you, Craig. Rachel, who is our social media superstar, she says, I ignored tradition and proposed. And we've been married now nearly 11 years. There you go. Shows you. You can go for it. Dawn says, just starting card making, and I'm loving these shows, the inspiration. Well done, guys. Ginny and Monica both saying how much of an awesome deal it is on that trinket box. I know none of them are particularly difficult to put together, Craig, but I'd say this one of the more simpler ones out of the collection, wouldn't you? So if you were thinking about giving this a go for the first time, good starting point, this one.
Absolutely. You've got that really good wow factor when you've actually made it, when the recipient's got it. But as you say, simple bits of matting and layering over the top. You've got one of the most delicate, detailed boxes, but possibly, I agree with you, one of the simplest to construct.
And nice, sturdy base, very functional as well as decorative. So you're going to get the die that enables you to do all that and all the decoration, as well as the copper cardstock and that beautiful cherry cardstock as well. Really, really fantastic value there. Craig and Joe will get Craig and Joe will get lots of proposals, apparently. Well, I've not had one yet, Craig, have you?
No, I've not had one yet. I don't think I'm anywhere close to getting one either, but who knows? Every year I say this will be my year.
Maybe this year it's our year, who knows?
Maybe.
Right, I need to give you a stock update on the embossing folders. 2/3 of the embossing folders have now sold out and gone. Let me run you back through what you're getting in here. So you're going to receive the Zen Garden. I love it when we do these boards where it shows you the different ways of doing it. So this one here has been done with the inking, as you can see, and then this one with the the gilding wax. But I really love it. You've got some lovely elements in it. It's got a very sort of Indian, almost henna sort of vibe to it, which I love. This one here is your Rambling Rose, as you can see, with these gorgeous roses coming up the edge. A nice one maybe to cut a panel out of there if you wanted to. You got the French lace, which is just, it's class in a glass, this one, isn't it? Look, beautiful lacy edges with then those gorgeous floral elements in there too. And then this one here, this is your textured swirls. If you wanted to fussy cut this, would make a beautiful frame. If you want to get in there with your scissors and cut that out, then absolutely go for it. $13.98 or $19.90 is your price there. $11.18 or $15.92 as a Club Inspire Platinum member. I want to go back to that double-sided die that we've got on the show for you, because it is very busy here, and I love the fact that you've got so many different options with this when it comes to colours, when it comes to textures too, and it's a one pass to create that really lovely, full, lush topper in there, it gives you all of those elements in just one pass. Now, you're not only going to get that really lovely, lush floral topper, you're also then going to get Thanks a Bunch in there as well, which is fantastic. And you can see that's going to go really lovely with that gorgeous lush topper too. $13.99 or $19.95 is your price if you want to grab those. Great value here on these, Craig. I know some people are a little apprehensive at first about using our double-sided dies, but they really shouldn't be afraid, should they?
Not at all. They're really, really easy to make and absolutely construct afterwards. So what I'm going to do is, if I've got a bit of green cardstock, I've got a bit of pastel. So I've got some bright lilac and yellow. So I like this yellow from our pastel collection, and let's go for it. So let's change it. Just because it's craft fault doesn't mean we can't change our mind. So instead of going Centura Pearl that I was going to go with, let's go for our pastel. So what I'm then going to do is I'm going to bring in this die set, and within the die set we've got all of these different parts. So let me take out whoever was using this one last. Let's take out all these other little bits. So I'm going to pop them out. Still got little release holes within them. But what we then do is, if I take this part here, now on this side we've got kind of like the main stems, the main foliage part of the flower. So what I'm then doing is, on the other side you've got it could be your jar for it to sit in, you've got your little bow as well. So on this side, let's do this green, because most of the time they are green. So I can then pop that one here. So let's actually make it a little bit smaller because I don't need it on. We also need our two double-sided plates, cutting plates, that you'll find on the website. So if I pop that one in, so base cutting plate and then our double-sided plate, we're going to pop our cardstock, and then this is the side that we want to cut. So we're going to do that face down. And then on this side here, let's do this in lilac. So we are going to cut another piece of cardstock, both of which are from our texture card, and then we're going to lay that one over the top. And then we've got this die as well, so we've got lots of flower dies. So let's also do this one here in lilac. So I'm making sure I've got enough cardstock. And then what we can do on this side here, Joe, let's take some of this bright yellow texture cardstock and chop that one in. And what you're going to see, although that I'm cutting these to relatively to size, these are great for your bit box. We've all got that box where we've got bits of cardstock that you don't know what to do with, you don't want to bin it, but you want to keep it, use it for your double-sided dies. So we need to do the same as the reverse. So now we've got our cardstock, let's pop our second double-sided plate on top. If you do go for these on the website, you do get the two in the pack together. You need two, so you get two. And then our top plate over the top. So what we can then do is that goes through our Gemini Junior or a large Gemini, or as Joe says, it does go through your MIDI as well. Leanne had shown us in a past show. We can then remove all these bits. So let's slide all them out. We've got a bit of white cardstock that I can start to layer it up on for you to see.
I actually find the Gemini double-sided combination easier to remember than the other one, Craig.
It really is.
It is really easy. Just, you know, the two clear, the two double-sided, and that's it.
That's it, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Really, really easy for you to remember. So then we've got our main part. Then what we can do is we can come in, and we've got all these little parts that's then going to layer over the top. So we can place that one on. We've even got the little bow as well. So we can pop that into place here. But then we've also got, it's kind of like a really small jam jar or a worker jar. So we could then, that could set, obviously your cardstock would be bigger. Let's do it at a bit of an angle so you can see it better. You can do it, you can snip into the flower so that you are not seeing the stems underneath. Maybe colour it with blue with a bit of cardstock on the back, that water kind of effect on it. But then what we can also do is we can bring all these bits in and we can then pop them out. So pop them out, and they do all easily pop out. And then you have just a play about. Have a play where you want to pop them into place. It's just all about layering them up, seeing what's pleasing on your eye. So there's kind of like this, a bit like tulip tops, aren't they? And then we're going to take a few of these. I'm not going to do them all, Joe. I'll just do a couple. poke them out, here, here, and then here. Shape them if you want, but we can pop, let's do one here. Let's even pop that on top of it. Let's do another one here. And then we can just pop these bits about, using our tacky glue if you want. But you can start to build up your own flower for your card, for your project. It really, really is really effective as you start to build them up. If I bring this finished one in, using the Centura Pearls.
Gorgeous.
You can see how bright and bold and beautiful you can make them, but depending on the colours that you're using.
Fantastic, absolutely love that. And what a really cost-effective way maybe to dip your toe in when it comes to our double-sided dies, which is fantastic. I need to let you know the embossing folders, the limited stock, so you're getting in there those 4 gorgeous embossing folders, a really lovely variation of different styles in there for you, which I think is incredible. Craig, massive thanks. When will we see you back here? Tomorrow, will it be?
It will be. I will be back with you all tomorrow for a wake-up call with Craig, and then straight into the craft vault as well. And you enjoy your couple of days off, you two, Johnny and Charlotte, and it's going to be myself and Ben that will be taking over for the next few days.
Absolutely fantastic. I will be, if I'm not with you at the weekend, I'll be back with you next Monday.
Next Monday.
Brilliant. I'll see you then. I'll see you guys though in an hour and a half, because you have got a fantastic craft along coming up at 3 p.m. here in the UK, 11 a.m. East Coast. It's Debbie's Exploding Box that we're going to be looking at. So do make sure you join the both of us for that. So yeah, I'll see you then. And then a little later as well, remember we've got that fantastic launch party coming up with a back in stock on those penny sliders. So it's going to be a really fun full day for you of crafty fun here on Crafters TV. I'll see you soon.